Yeah, yeah, yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, I wake up with skies. Time to take that flight. Yeah, checklist on my mind. Gotta do it all right. Patience in the pocket, keep the future inside. Yeah, discipline's the engine. Let it carry me tonight. Yeah, half size when it's choppy, keep the risk in control. Plan trade ideas, let the vision unfold. No trades is a trade, that's the truth that I hold. Make every move count, yeah, that's how you grow. Flip back through the pages, yesterday in the log. HTF analysis, cutting through fog. Red folders on the calendar, I'm letting them pass. 5 minutes from the open, now I'm sitting on my hands. Yeah, I wake up clear skies. Time to take that flight. Checklist on my mind. Gotta do it all right. Patience in the pocket, keep the future inside. Hey. Discipline's the engine. Let it carry me tonight. Yeah, ABC setups keep the risk on track. Hailing my max and never giving it back. Don't let a runner get in front of the plan. Take the base hit, stack it up, that's the jam. Every trade gets a story journal line by line. Copy trader set, yeah, the system aligned. And before I hit the button, gotta stop, gotta wait. Look for reasons not to trade, that's how you elevate. It's patience, it's progress, it's lessons I learn. Every page in the journal makes the tables turn. From the pre-flight checks to the moment I play, I'm just grateful for the grind every single day. Yeah, I wake up clear skies. Time to take that flight. Checklist on my mind. Gotta do it all right. Patience in the pocket, keep the future inside. Yeah. Discipline's the engine. Let it carry me tonight. Da 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 da.
Check. Good morning. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I hope everyone's having a good day today. Oh man, we got 15 in from the start of the stream. Nice. Let's go. So, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Listening while on the road. Nice. Drive safe. What's up, Chrono Ember? Good morning. Good morning, China. Hope everyone is well. So, I figured out that we can look at the dashboard on Lucid and Tradeify for my New York accounts. So, I was just going over my stats, and seeing the difference right now between my London and New York stats is pretty interesting. But yeah, so I was looking at it, and then it made me want to do more review. So looking at my Lucid account here, we can see what are we at? A week straight wins. So that's 6 winning days in a row. Good solid P&L curve. I'm about halfway there, right? I think I need 1,500 bucks on this. And this is just trading super safe, 3 micros per trade, always the same. And so that's pretty solid. I do have a few other accounts as well, but I am copy trading these 25K, so you can tell they should be the same. There was one of them that it was different on, or 2 maybe even, it looks like. Maybe this one's just newer. But yeah, 3 of them should be exactly the same there. So I was looking at that, and then I was looking at Tradeify. Let me see how to get my Tradeify in here real quick. Just gotta log in, I think. I'm just gonna log into these Tradeify accounts. Man, I thought I already had it up here. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, but you can't see it. Whatever, you can see it good enough. There we go. So yeah, also almost all winning days here, and these are New York trades. So this is my copy trade at 25Ks. So 3 accounts. So I was like thinking, I'm like, man, why is this? So I've been looking at my stats this morning, and as of right now, I think there's some of the sessions have just been choppier in London, and certain days where it just hasn't really been a good trade. And so maybe being on for 4 hours during the London stream, I am tempted to trade a little bit more than I should be. So my thoughts are that it's not the strategy, it's not other things. It's just that I need to not overtrade. I need to not take trades when it's not good. So I just might not get as many setups. It's my thought. And so yeah, here's my London stats, right? We can see I do have these are 100K accounts and 3 of them, so that's why it's much bigger numbers. But I was doing good, ending the month's green, 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 and then I pretty much just give back all my progress, right, on a hot losing streak 5 days in a row. So that's what I was looking at, and it's just making me want to review my stats more. So I was looking at that a little bit this morning, and now we did get this breakout. I tried a long right here and I got stopped. But it was on ES. On NQ it looked better. On ES I longed right here. So, and then it faked me out all the way down and then popped it right back up. And actually this long it would have given me, if I wanted it to be aggressive, it did give me that same setup again that I took here, but I didn't want to take it this time. It's just too choppy. And now that one is still playing out right now, potentially. So interesting to see that. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, you know, there's a probability of those losses. I just got to keep trading it, because then eventually, you know, that same strategy would have just hit for the win. So it would have made back some of that money. So I think there's a part of me that's just like, I need to trade my strategy, stick to it, and don't get shook out. You know, I've a good strategy. What's the problem is me, not the strat or whatever, you know, when I go on till or I do other things outside of the plan. So everything seems good when I look at my stats. And it's just London has been hurting a little bit more. So I've been more skewed towards pre-New York even, like, which I account as it's just what I title it, 8 to 9:30 for, and it's just because of my streaming hours is the way I think about it. And New York has been better than London. So I don't know if there's you know, some days I shouldn't have traded and that's setting me back, but so I want to keep digging into my stats and thinking about that stuff. I'm going to look at more of my losers during London and what has been the main cause of that. I actually see a few purple trades during London session, which is really not what I want. Having a hard time loading. Revenge trade. See, well, so that's obvious. Added a third mini to try a DCA. Yeah, so it's like, you know, some of these losses are just obvious losses. These ones I need to go back and look at. Full tilt. Yeah, okay. Is that even London? That's probably not London though. This one right here, 311. What's that say? NQ didn't close. Yeah, so it wasn't actually my trade. I got confused. New York, we have Okay, here's a loss in London. Took the trade at VWAP and point of control. Also didn't wait for the top wick. I entered after testing the top wick, but went back down and then it dropped on the market order. Yeah, so I was like kind of being aggressive. I was like pushing it. I think I was looking for a trade because I just want to get that trade in. I want to hit that winner, and especially on stream. Oh, I'm not showing it. What happened, man? I thought I was showing it that whole time. So yeah, here are these stats. So I thought I was showing it, but yeah, so London has been hurting, but luckily I'm trading different accounts during London. I did just give back though on my Tradeify account that I had up like 1,100 bucks. I just gave back that during this London sesh, but it was 2 losses in a row. So I gave back 1,000, and I'm gonna be, that account's now locked out. 2 losses, it's done. So I am on this other account. So at most now, on this account I only have 2 trades most. You know, that's if I take a first one loser. If I take a winner, I'm gonna lock it up. So I'm following my rules with all that stuff. And I have a feeling, without doing a deep dive in my stats, that the thing that I need to fix for London is really just being picky with my trades, and you know, just being extra careful. Yo, what's up, Dugu? And Hacky Noob, good morning. GM. So yeah, there we go, guys. Look, full move, just like that, hitting these targets. So the market, I think that trade idea maybe wasn't really that bad, and it was just the conditions happened to get me out. Maybe that's just a normal loss in the London trade and the long I took over here. You know, I got wicked out. I could have not. So I'm just going to be extra careful for now. Like, I definitely don't want to take a trade while like NQ didn't close. Like, if the rule is both of NQ and ES need to close outside of IB, and NQ doesn't, and I still take the trade and it's a loss, like that's unacceptable to me. So things like that, like things that are easy to kind of check the box, like, okay, is this, if this then that type of statements. So nice little breakout though of this. It's kind of like a megaphoning flag type pattern here that we just got the breakout out of, and it's looking really nice. We are tapping into these 4-hour resistances. We have room in it though. I mean, it can easily wick up, go up, and still come back down, something like that. So I'm keeping my feelers out there. If we sweep these highs, we have some fib levels. We could sell it back down to previous day high. And also let's look at gold. Oh, gold is coming back up. I was thinking about maybe trying to fade gold back at these highs. This long here, I was actually looking for a breakout short. We found support and it ended up being the long level, which not a surprise to me really. I wasn't ready to try to catch a reversal on it. It wasn't really, I mean, I could have for a scalp. If I really was thinking short term and been like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just a scalp, I don't have to hold it all the way up. Maybe I could have talked myself into that trade, which obviously was the right trade in hindsight. But yeah, it wasn't really what I wanted. So we are at another topping area here on gold, where we're meeting some resistance. We have a pretty clean support resistance area, and I'll actually just draw it on as a line as well, right there. I do not mind. I mean, it's choppy here in this box, but clean range when it comes to that last move in this area was pretty clean down move. So in that same way, I could see a nice clean wick up. I wasn't planning on longing here. It's just been trading pretty clean to these levels. I mean, even this level, trade it. A little onion play back to it and then pop. Yeah. I mean, it's looking good. I just don't see, like, my first thoughts were the breakdown short or the short from the highs. The short that we're potentially setting up for right now. I'm not really thinking about it. And then another, yeah, I'm trying to think about other trade ideas here. If anything, would be the long above right here. So that's the long above 58, 52, spot 8. I'm gonna keep my eyes on that. I don't mind it. Yes, it's still pushing. I want to peep at the Mag 7 real quick. Oh my gosh, look at that. They're all green except for Amazon. Yeah, everything's looking really good. Man, look at Nvidia. Holy moly. Why didn't I buy the dip, guys? I failed. I really wanted to. I wanted to buy some stocks, and I just didn't pull the trigger. So even Apple is green again. So Amazon is just kind of chilling. Let's look at these other charts real quick. Look at triple Q's. ADD is at minus 64. The VIX is at 17. Tick at 90, kind of right in the middle about. Bitcoin is at 74,380. So look at NQ though, and ES just pushing up here into these highs, like it ain't no thing. Full targets hit. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger push though if I'm gonna short. I could short the close of this of New York IB with a big RSI divergence that's forming here, but I'm just not. Full target hit. So that last IB trade would have worked out. Well, actually, here, how big was that for? 18, 16, 1.57 R. So if we took 2 losses and 1 win, we wouldn't have made back all the money, but close. Yeah, what's up, trendy assets in the house? What's good? So, yeah, let's see what happens here. We're about to hit our first fib level too, so I really could start to look for the short there. On NQ, I'm going to set an alert. Bitcoin looks good. All right, so IB is set here in 5 minutes. Potential fade. Potential fade. Also, potential IB breakout into my fib extension level. So it's kind of a scary place to long. And that pullback to VWAP. Oh, look at that after the open pullback. Beautiful move. Anyone catching this pump right now? Anyone in the long? So not the worst price action really when you see it all play out, but it was just choppy here to get in positions. Very hard. It like really expanded in both directions multiple times. So we have the potential for the IB long, but I kind of prefer the short here. Like, I'm not gonna be a new long up here, is my thought. So I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think what I'm gonna do is the fib reversal. Fib reversion. It's tough because the breakout, if it looked crazy good with all of the technicals, I might have to take it still. So I'm gonna have to put it on. I'm gonna call it number 3. Alright, Ebo long. Man, I don't really want that. But I mean, look at this market. I mean, I could easily catch 5 points on an Ebo long. I could use these fib extension levels as targets too. So I'd be set in 2 minutes, so it means another 15 minutes to have to even possibly get that set up. So I'm gonna go slow, and we do have the form. Lunamod dropped the form in there. Let's see, can I pin it? Oh yeah. There we go, we're pinned up. Giveaway form is pinned. I want a lot of likes though. So let's see if we can get 60 likes for that giveaway. We did run one yesterday. Oh yeah, which did you send me that email, Lunamod, so I can send it to Top 1 Futures for yesterday's giveaway winner? That'd be awesome. And switch back real quick to Mag 7. Right, so YM, let's see what's going on there. Oh wow, YM made them move down. Interesting. Let's look at crude. Crude's still coming down. Man, I would I short crude down here? Breakout short. So IB is set and we're pushing. Okay, boom, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna make sure that I didn't send it yet, so I gotta send it right now. Let's see. So shout out Top 1 Futures for these giveaway accounts. This is for 50K elite. Asteroid market. Yeah, right. I don't know what exactly that means, but it totally makes sense. I believe it either way. It's like an asteroid. What would the market do if an asteroid hit? So potential short from these initial balance high. right? I could fade the IB high. We are currently pushing, so either way, I got 15 minutes for this candle close. If I'm going to think about longing it, as of right now, I want to make Bookmap really big. There's just a way to share it. I need to set up my hotkeys better, but I'm just going to look at the CVD. It's been steady rising the past hour. It has had some dips along the way, but it's been steady rising as a whole, and MNQ even more. So it looks really good, that CVD. I'm going to really have to consider this long here, even though we're at my area of wanting to short. So the first trade idea though is this, or second, is the short from these fib extensions. I also have this high time frame support resistance. My stop loss is generally 10 points, right? So, hey, what's up, Dandy? Good, I'm streaming. I don't know where they are. Also, the market this morning was slow. Yeah, right. Thank you, you too. All right, bye. All right, so that first hour of New York Open is set. We got a little sweep. We got push up, sweep down, and then a go. So, I mean, it could really go back down and kind of keep going with this kind of whippy up and down chop. And that wouldn't be that crazy. I want to put on the 5-minute chart and see if we get anything in here. We have a big divergence between these two peaks. Let's look at the 15-minute. Not on the 15-minute though, okay. On the 5-minute though, we can see it. That's something I'm looking at. The candles aren't good enough though for me. It's not really what I want to see. I'd have to see it on another candle. And maybe I would be able to take that short back down towards like VWAP. I don't want to be like looking for a trade, but this does go along with my general idea of shorting this back down to previous day high. And so there we go. That's another 5-minute candle close, nice and red with that divergence. So I mean, technically I'm allowed to short that, but I'm not trying to right now. I need to look really, really good, like where it's like, oh, I don't have to look for it. It's just obvious. So I'm going to keep watching here. We got a 15-minute close that may decide some things for me. Yo, what up, struggler? Yeah, well, it's the opposite on yeah, what's up, Mr. Benjamin Jabone? I am in my New York trades, right? I had a couple accounts I did take losses on, but in my 25Ks I've been working on. Oh, where did it go? I forgot how to do it. Well, here's these Tradeify ones. One losing day, so a pretty good winning streak here. And then, man, what happened to my Lucid accounts? I can only view one at a time. So this is one of the 25Ks, 6-day winning streak. So I'm just stacking base hits, following my same strats, you know, whatever, doing everything by the book pretty much. So it's funny, and then I get to London, guys, and I just got so damaged this month, right? After ending 2 months green, even though I was struggling, it felt hard. And then boom, losing streak. This is London. So it's funny to see that, and then meanwhile doing well during New York. So just having to stay positive and keep on trading, keep on going. Don't get too in my head about it. And meanwhile, lock in, right? Tighten up. So that's where I'm at. Yo, what's up, Wolf Will Hunt? It's been a minute since I joined you live. How you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you. How about you? How's the Trump market been treating you? How's this news market been? Okay, NQ is still pushing here. ES is a little bit slower. Yeah, so I was interested in a short from 70.38 on ES, or depending on what NQ was doing, possibly just going with NQ's level, which we just tapped. Wow, we hit it. 26,151. Look at that. NQ tapped it, and we got that candle that I was interested in for a potential fade. Look at this candle here on the 5-minute. Not bad. Not bad right there, breaking that low. Let's see what it looks like on ES. Yeah, look at that on ES too. I like that for that fade. Yeah, so it did set up that short. I'm a little scared to short. I'm a little scared to short this NQ bouncing at an EMA right now in the 5-minute. I'm gonna allow myself to miss it. If this candle was also like that on ES, we maybe would have had ourselves a deal. But since it wasn't, I was too scared. Yeah, it looks like it's paying out though. There we go, 5 points. I could have taken it from that last candle. I could have taken it from that 5-minute candle close right there with the div. I would have entered right there. Oh yeah, it would have just hit pretty much. 2 ticks from right here. 1, 2. It would have just not hit. Look at that. It literally was 1 tick off. So maybe we got saved. But yeah, I'm not gonna force the trade or anything, so I'm just eyeballing. Yeah, guys, curious how everyone is doing. I'm gonna drop a form in the chat, I guess, or a poll, not a form, a poll. How are you on the day? Green, red, or break even? What do you mean not all comments? I do have some words blocked. I do have a few words that are blocked from spammers. Yo, what up, Alex Las Palmas? Do you still trade your 2-minute RSI divergence? Not on the 2-minute. I do it on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. So that's actually just what we're looking at on this trade right here was 5-minute RSI divergence. If ES had given me a better candle, I maybe would have taken it. NQ did a good candle. But NQ also didn't have the divergence. So I didn't really get it set up clean enough, but I was eyeballing for it right here. We got a nice reaction from it too, but it didn't really set up as good. But I've had a few good, I had one really good RSI divergence trade recently, and I think that was on stream. Okay, so we had a loser. I mean, I thought we had a winner too. I guess that was last week. But let's yeah, I had a loser in New York on the 10th. Which trade was I thinking of? I thought there was a really nice one. I haven't taken very many of them this month. Yeah, here we go, 417. It must have been this one. Let's find out. Yeah, so same thing at that IB. So it's just what I was looking for now. So I had the RSI divergence right here on the 15-minute. Nice clean one on the 15 minute. And when we flipped that candle, so I had a nice like conservative entry. I didn't get in right at the bottom. I got in at the candle flip and targeted it all the way up to those highs, and the full target hit. So pretty much targeting towards VWAP where I had support resistance, also the previous swing high, which was a lower high, targeted that. And I think I actually have the aftermath. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful trade here. Long, sell. And look at this, guys. We had a double damage here. Earlier, look, I shorted it right there. I shorted the mid to these lows, to IB low, IBL, and then I longed the RSI divergence above that to right here. Yeah, that was a beautiful two trade, double, bang bang. But yeah, so I still trade it, but very picky with it at certain areas, especially like. Oh, here's one I had mapped out right here that played out. It was sketchy though because it closed all the way back up into the range. If this divergence with that nice big tail, that big wick, closed right back up in the range, that would have been a really nice one to take towards the range high. But then it ended up closing like all the way back in the middle of this chop. So a little bit scarier, but it still actually played out for a scalp. So not bad. You should add more no account. What do you mean? I'm too slow. I forget. Add one more no account. You're talking about something in my stats? Oh, so we're coming back up towards this IB high, guys. We have the 15-minute candle already closed, but it closed back down below IB. So I have no trade for that breakout. There's still the potential for the short. I could look for a little double div if we get a nice big wick on a 5-minute candle here and close back down. It could be a little double div-a-rooney. But speaking of the div, we could take something like that. But it's pretty bullish right now, and I'm gonna zoom in on. I'm gonna zoom out on Bookmap and look at the trend of the CVD on NQ and ES. Yeah, it kind of turned over just a little bit for the past 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe. Yeah, 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It turned down. It potentially though turns back up and keeps making highs because that's been the trend. We're still up since an hour ago. So we're up in the past hour. I wonder if another way I could look at that is just put this on an hourly chart and look at that CVD and be like, yeah, look, we're up in the past hour. I wonder if that's the same thing. So I see the strength, I see the buyers. I see you buyers, but I still want to fade it. So I'm going to stay locked in and see what we get here. I'm going to be looking at this 5-minute chart for now, but knowing that my ideal, oh look, NQ traded closed above. Yeah, I'm going to stay on the 5-minute, but my ideal entry is still on the 15-minute. I'm just going to watch it to see if we get a potential clean short. And I'm going to make sure I'm locked in on my accounts. I'm going to do 3 micros on each of my 25Ks, and then I'm on my 100K on TradingView, locked in. Yep, locked and loaded, ready to go. I also want to peep at gold. Yeah, that was a clean fade from these highs. Not bad. Oh, in the poll. Dude, why wouldn't I have thought? I couldn't think of what that would mean. LOL. Dude. Obviously, yeah, in the poll, obviously, add note count. That makes total sense. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm locked in on these trades and on my trading in general. And thinking about my trading, thinking about my trades, and trying to follow all my rules, really careful and disciplined. No, dude, I should have known what you meant, dude. I obviously should have known. I think I'm just distracted. Alright, so this is closing. Let's double check NQ. Not giving me a setup here to short. If anything, looking really strong. And already closed out of IB on that last 15-minute candle. So NQ just already made the move. I do think my data, if I did a bunch of advanced analysis and stuff on my data, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of trades that are still good like this when NQ's leading. But for me and my setup, I am only taking it when both of them open or both of them close outside of IB. That's how my trade works. It does look good though, but I'm gonna wait. We got 10 minutes left on this candle, and there's nothing else I can do. If it blasts off without me, it blasts off without me, but it's looking pretty juicy right now. Yeah, maybe you're right about the more coffee. Dude, maybe I should have more coffee. All right, hold on. What time is it? Okay, I got 10 minutes. Hold on one second. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna creep on this 15-minute. I'm trying to creep on YouTube. See what all the boys are doing. Man, look at that. Maybe we're getting that fade. Do we get another divergence here? I think we got the double div. So we are getting a little double div action. Double div. Back down below IB. Let's look at NQ. NQ does not look like it wants to give the short. Slight divergence, but it doesn't look good on NQ, and this is one of these situations where I'd want it to look really good on both of them. So I'm not gonna short, but I have those signs. I have those signs of the momentum kind of going down from being really strong to less strong. I'm creeping on everyone. Okay, so I creeped on Joey. I creeped on Zach. Oh, Nick is still on? No way. Okay, Nick is still on, dang. Well, okay, I creeped on all the boys. But yeah, guys, I'm just going to chill and wait on this trade. Nothing for me to do but snipe these candles. We got 6 more minutes left. I'm going to double check all my confluences. We got NQ just looking beautiful, strong, buying, CVD rising. ES is kind of reduced. Man, we have about 20 minutes now of CVD dropping. Let's bring in the Bookmap. I have to make it smaller. So you can see it there. You can see it. See how it's been dropping down the past 20 minutes or whatever? It should be an hour of time. Oh my god, excuse me, guys. Man, I don't really want to drink more coffee at this hour, but yeah, it's been dropping for about 30 minutes there, it looks like. Yeah, 30 minutes almost. NQ, though, is holding a little bit stronger. You can see the trend. So a little bit mixed confluence. ES, though, it's not really what I want to see to take this long. So I might be a no trade spot here. The short, though, on ES looks pretty decent. NQ, though, is putting in the good fight. And oh, but not on that candle. Now we're talking. Guys, I like that. I like that candle close. I'm almost tempted to fade this. Man, I might do a little IB short here. If we break back down. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? If we break these lows. Something like that. I know it's going against that push, but clean divergence, nice big red candle engulfing, nice top wick here, testing IB, breaking down below all three of these previous candles. NQ did a nice doji topper. But we cleared that. See, that's what I don't like now. So we have a divergence. This is some RSI talk here, but we have a slight divergence. Man, it's really just slight. But we cleaned above the top. Well, it makes me want to wait for the next candle. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for the next candle. Cancel those orders. We have to wait for the next candle in that situation since we cleared that candle's high. And I mean, ES could flip around here. This CVD, it looks so bad. I want it. See, I'm looking for trades, I guess, sometimes. When I just don't have it, I don't have it. I can't long this if that CVD is coming down like that. Everything else, though, looks good. Everything else looks good. It's tough. That's tough. The thing is, though, I can remind myself that in an hour and whatever the time would be, in exactly 1 hour and 2 minutes, it could set up all again and the CVD could be totally bullish. And I could set up with the long, everything looks good, or it could be all the way down, breaking out to the bottom side, everything looks bearish, everything's good for me to short. So just because I'm not getting the trade right now, quote unquote missing it, I can still get it on the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 15-minute candles on this strategy. So I have to remember that just because it's not setting up right now doesn't mean I won't still get it today, and doesn't mean I should take it because, you know, like that's not a reason to take it just because it looks good. I just need to be patient. I need to be patient. I can't take it. I said that a little weird at the end, but I can't take it with my CVD going down. It's one of my main rules of this setup. So the trade is the trade is the trade, and for consistency's sake, I won't be able to take that on this 15-minute candle, but the short we can continue to consider, and maybe on this 5-minute close here with the NQ looking like that, it's gonna give me a little something here. I would rather NQ to be below New York IB high though for the fade. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yep, that's what we want to see. 5 seconds. Yep. All right, there it is. I'm gonna fade it. Look at that candle too. Nice top wick. What is it? Okay, whatever. Oh, okay, we're failed. It almost went quick. All right, we're in it. So this is a RSI divergence. We were talking about it. Speak of the devil, right? Speak of the devil. So here it is. I gotta be tight. I gotta be quick. I'm looking for just 5 points on this on my scalp accounts. I need to get a screenshot. I like the target of VWAP there. We also have this like low. It's really not bad. All right, I'm gonna start documenting this trade. It is 11 New York. This is in my Tradeify account, ES. This is a RSI divergence fade. Taking it as a scalp. Whatever, well, I'm doing both scalp and target, so I do both now. This is a reversal from IBH short. Meanwhile, VWAP is below and up, so we're fading VWAP. So VWAP looks bullish, right? While I'm shorting, and I'm gonna get my screenshots in. Oh, I'm showing you Bookmap still, guys. Sorry, my bad. I'm locked in. All right, trade is journaled. I'm going to note here that NQ is above VWAP. NQ looks more bullish than ES. ES CVD has been coming down to the point where I can't take the IBBO long. All right. Okay, so I don't have my stop loss, right? We gotta get this at 10 points right there. Okay, so I might have to take a new screenshot. That looked weird. Okay. Alright, so this trade idea is gonna have to be called number 4 because it's not one of my pre-planned. Well, it is actually. Did I put that on my chart though? The fade up here? Yeah, I did. Fib reversion. We just didn't hit those fibs. Did we hit them on NQ? Excuse me, NQ. Oh yeah, there we go. We did hit it on NQ. So it's kind of a fib reversion too. We did hit it on NQ. The first one, we didn't hit the second one. Okay, so it is a fib reversion also. But I didn't take it with the fib reversion entry model. Oh, it's breaking IB. Look at that go. That is not what we want. So my previous model here, I'd have my stop right above the divergence. The way I'm doing it now though, I'm just going to take it with my normal scalp model. So 10-point stop is good for me on NQ. I mean, sorry, on ES. And I'm going to give it that room to go. So it's still fine, right? Just because it's going against me, don't matter. ES is still... Here, let me put my other camera on. ES is still selling off the CVD when I'm looking at Bookmap with kind of clearer order book to the downside, so maybe some resistance up here. But of course, man, this market has just been crazy. I'm gonna have to be ready to go to bring my stop loss down. I only need 5 points. Oh, here, I can actually do this. I forgot. There we go. We can see the totals. Almost at my target. Almost at my target. But so my first target, which is 5 point scalp. Man, I want to create a hotkey for a 2-tick scale, 2-tick trail. So I hit the button and it starts trailing 2 ticks from the price. That's what I want for when it hits those 5 points, to just put on a trailing runner. Will move for me. All right, so we're tapping my previous target. That's what that dotted line is on TradingView. We're tapping that dotted line. Okay, we're not making the break yet. It's close. It could happen any second, really, but I'm looking for just 5 points here. I'll show you also real quick on my what I'm looking at too here with the copy trader. Yo, what up, Lido? Bombs in the house. How many points are you going for? So on my copy traded accounts, I'm just going for a 5 point scalp and then trailing my my stop loss to try to capture any extra I can. He laughed at you. Savage laughed at you? Okay, let me see. What did he do? Maybe he didn't mean to hit the laughing emoji. So I am on ES. So 5 points on ES, you know, is a little bit more. It's more like 15 points on NQ. But I mean, 9 points is 9 points. So I don't know what he's laughing at. 500 bucks, nice, dude. Up 603. Cutoff is 11 a.m. I love the cutoff idea. So yeah, doing the cutoff on your trading, that's gonna help a lot, I think. So just to avoid over trading. Guys, this is a scary short. Quite the rally we have, right? Pretty scary short. I'm in it to win it though. It's a kind of a combination of my other strategy, my fib extension strategy, but we also have the failed auction and we have the RSI. So we have multiple things here. Oh my God, don't do it. No. Yeah, that ES CVD just popped. think we found the buyers. Somebody woke up the buyers. Yeah, so we're setting up for that initial balance breakout again. I mean, what time is it? 3 more minutes. I have to ask myself, like, the CVD's been so bearish here that I can't even take it anyways, the breakout. So I want to hold this setup, win or loss. And I can't take this breakout anyways, so I'm not going to take it. We can peep at gold real quick. And gold is potentially making this breakout to the downside, but I'd rather wait for the second range. So I'm not going to touch gold. And even though it doesn't look bad, but I'm not going to touch it. Yeah, not looking good for my short bet, man. That's what I get for shorting this. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute. Because so we did break above that div. So, yeah, I mean, it could still turn around to me. NQ though is a potential problem. NQ, we don't have that failed auction. We just have the fib extension, which we're now actually holding above. Very clean on that last candle. Yeah, so just not looking too hot for the short. Let's find out. This is just a lot of buying right now. That CVD jumped like crazy. Clean breakout. Clean breakout. We got a lot of room too for targets for the IB trade. I just can't take it with that CVD. I mean, it's as good of a reversal spot as I'm going to get right around that 0 level. So it almost went negative for like a second and then came back up. So, or whatever. Not really a second, but a couple minutes at this low. So, yeah, see, this is like that. So, we're about to get stopped on it. We just got that 15-minute close with the IB breakout. I don't think I'd build along it given the way the CVD is, but it does look good. So I might just miss that trade while I'm in the short. I don't know if I would have been able to get in this anyhow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this cam. But yeah, I was looking at that CVD, so yeah, I'm gonna have to commit to the short with that fib extension, and it is what it is. I don't like though, we already broke the div, so in the way I used to trade this setup, my stop loss would just be right above that div, which we just clearly broke easy on that big candle. So I'm just gonna give it all the room that I have for my stop loss, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, here's that number 3 idea, IBBO long. Number 4, I didn't even type it in here, fib extension. Short. I'm gonna add another screenshot in now that I have that. When I look at Attis, it looks so bullish. I don't even want to look at it. That daily candle and everything. Oh, I just don't want to look at it. NQ, it's in particular. We're just pumping. It's wild. Big pump. Big pump. It's going to tease me for a little bit this last few points. We'll see what happens, but I don't have my hopes up. Especially seeing the IB breakout on both assets, on NQ and ES. Just because ES CVD was down doesn't mean it's not bullish, you know, and it's a nice IB breakout. So all I need is 5 points on those ones. So that would be, it probably would have already entered me if I did take it. And then my target would be somewhere right around here, right above my stop loss. Guys, I'm hungry. I'm kind of wanting to go see if I got some snacks. Lido says he has a level at 26,200 1 hour FVG top. 200. Let's see where we at here. Okay, so we're close to that. We're about 13 points away. I mean, this is just crazy. Crazy bullish. Look at that breakout. So we hit all my targets for the long from yesterday. All my full targets. Or was that for a long from this morning? That was for the IB breakout. That was for the London IB breakout. Yeah. Those were my full targets up here. This is a 5 minute. Going back to the 15. Look at that. Oh, not what I want to see. Really does look good for the long right now, though. Watching that CVD keep going up. I'm going to trust my trade, and that's part of my rule set right now. Is that when I take my trades, I have to let them kind of play out. So I am not going to do anything. Few exceptions would be if I'm already at 1R, I can move my stop to break even. And if I have to go, if I have a meeting or something like that, I don't like to leave a trade on at home. I can close out a trade early. That's what I had to do yesterday. So shoot, I'm going to see what snacks I have. Hold on. All right, we back. So, am I oh, excuse me, choking on that water. How do you drink water if you're choking on water? So, man, this long looks pretty serious, but I'm gonna have to let my trade play out. I don't even want to watch it. What can we do? We need to start playing video games. Are you allowed to? I always wonder if you're allowed to stream YouTube channels while you're streaming YouTube. Because that's fun to snipe other streams. But yeah, I'm going to let this trade play out. And I could still potentially get another trade today. So that's the thing. I want to stay locked in because this rally is looking nice. And maybe we can refresh, test this IB again and still continue up. Or, I mean, who knows? We get stopped out here, but we end up still closing back down into yesterday's range or something and end up getting a short later in the day. Or it just keeps rallying and we find the IB breakout long, which would have to require a test of the IB again. I would want these to trade back down first and then come back up, ideally both indices. So that trade might be less likely to happen, and then the other option is a gold trade, which that fade is really playing out. I mean, I like it too. It's where I had marked out a pretty clean level, and down here's where I marked out a pretty clean level too. So I could potentially even take a onion long down here, as well as look for the short breakout below. This is potentially a good reversal area, and especially like a nice reversal candle like that, or like this one here. We had signs. Crude is popping. Mag 7 still looking really nice. This Amazon and Google, kind of interesting. How's Nvidia? Wild. I don't want to look at SMCI because I was trying to buy that. Yeah. So maybe I get one of these gold trades too. So I'm gonna stay diligent here, even if we get stopped out here, which it looks like we will. Right, we're more likely to get stopped out at this point. You can see the P&L there. What's up, Maria in the house? How's your day going? Well, I'm long. I mean, I'm short right now, so there's that. Yeah, the news. I mean, it's just been so. It's like any of the war talk. Even something that sounds bearish to me might move it up. Some of these tweets, so I have no clue what's going on with it all. But there's all this stuff, all the discussions with China. I'm looking right here. We see Iran rights over Strait of Hormuz should be respected. China backs Iran in safeguarding its national dignity. U.S. stocks extend gains. I just can't, I mean, I still can't even believe that we're trading back up at these highs at all. So we got that gold close almost to the level, and now we're testing it. So check that out. Definitely a potential for a reversal area here where I could take a long on gold. But I also like that breakout short. Same trade idea as before, but we reversed. So that's why I'm also open to this being a reversal area as well. Been a key area in the past. We just made a big move down. Let's look at this on the 4 hour. So we had that last 4 hour close like what, hour and a half ago, really bullish, and we just made the whole move back down. So yeah, we're just barcoding here, but a nice breakout to the downside, engulfing 4 hour candle. We still have room on this candle to make a nice wick towards our target. Maybe even if it closes back up in the range, we make a 4 hour wick. On the 1 hour, we can see we just engulfed this whole kind of area here, and could be a bigger breakout to the downside. Clean-ish range here. Oh my god, I'm not on the chart. Dang it. Okay, speed run back through what I was just showing. So we're getting a potential breakout here on gold. But it could also hold, and I could do an onion long reversal, because look at this area. We've had key reactions here in the past for the as a resistance, and then flip to support. So I'm open to the support, and I'm open to taking the full breakout short. If I look at the 4 hour, we just made that 4 hour wick, but what I was saying before, we didn't have that wick down there, that we can make a wick still to the downside and have 2.5 more hours for this to even close back in the range, while still sweeping our targets, potentially making this lower wick. So on the 4 hour, I think we do have room down. If we look at the 1 hour, it looks pretty bearish, right? Potential bearish close below. That won't be for another 27 minutes. And so in the meantime, we had this last 30-minute close above the level. So potential for the long right now, onion, and let's see how this next candle closes, and I will consider that. It's just like if we have a big wick down here, just like we did right here, right? Potential reversal area at the same key area, and I'll still target it as a scalp pretty much, this next area. But I mean, the full target would be back up to these highs, but I would probably just do something like this, and that's an idea there. Holy moly, we're still alive. We're still alive. All right, so I gotta lock in. We might take profit on this. All we need is 5 points of profit, and I'm gonna scalp it in my copy traded accounts. Some trap buyers up here, maybe. Get them. Let's see NQ. Yeah, a little triple div now. We did the double div, triple div. Right? You see the triple div? It can keep making divs though. When we're rallying like this, guys, when we're in a trending market, the R-side divergence reversal strategy will literally kill you. You gotta use it to go in the direction of the trend, right? So I had other reasons here. I had those fib extension levels. We have a short back down towards previous day high. We have reasons. And now also we have this retest of IB, which means if I had my confluences, I'd be allowed to take the IB trade. CVD looks pretty chopped on ES still. Not very enticing. On NQ it looks a lot better though, which makes me have like some NQ goggles on that makes me see ES as looking a little better. It creates like a little bit of a bias, but that's me zooming in or zooming out on the Bookmap chart. Yo, what up, Sovereign Pulse in the house? Let's go. All right, so mostly green, 65% green, 23 votes. Guys, we might even get a giveaway today. I said 50 likes. Let's run it up. Trading is cringe. Yeah. What's up, Yuj? I mean, I'm extra cringe, I bet. Of traders, I'm probably a pretty cringy one. I don't know, actually, maybe not, though. There's some pretty cringy stuff. Somehow, especially when the markets are kind of boring, I have to somehow entertain myself here and talking to myself. There's only so much you can do. I could shill stuff. I could say shout out code Luna to get the best deal at your favorite prop firm at checkout. Use code Luna. But that's also cringe, so I don't know. Nothing I can do about it. So I'm ready to roll here, guys. If I have a marker on Tradovate here, so this is my 5 points. If we tag that, I'm trailing down. Yo, what up, Dojapedia says, nah man, Luna, you are the real deal. Love your work. PFM streams are the best. Thank you. Appreciate the support. I appreciate it. So I have affordable indicators. I'll drop a link for it here. And that's what I have my settings on NinjaTrader. Oh, here it is. I got it. So I have, I'll show you. So I can look at this though. I don't even know if you've seen it all yet. Boom. So if I say I want to put a position on, I did one right here with two exits. So I can put my stop loss on. I can have my 2 targets. And if I put it here, that'd be for a limit. I could also set this right up here and it'll automatically know it wants me to be a market stop. So if I did it like this, look. Uh-oh. I think it was too many. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do that. Yeah, 8. I just tried to do 8 minis. Obviously, it's not gonna work. Okay. But yeah, you get the idea. And then I have other settings here too. Like this is if I just want a single entry. So that should work. Let's try that one. And so of course, nope. I'm not allowed to do more minis. But that's okay. But yeah, super cool. I love this. This is my favorite part. And then also for sizing, like if I'm doing a trade in micros, I can size it exactly right. And then the other thing here, If I delete that, I'm doing a really bad job at showing this off right now, but there we go. Okay, so size on here, I can't do it because I'm in a trade, so I'll have to go to an account where I'm not in a trade, and maybe a sim account. There we go. So I can do size on, and so I can put my order on. Let's say I want 2 stop losses, 2 TPs. So there we go, 2 TPs. Let's just say I want to take the break of that previous candle with my stop loss right here. Well, whatever I have my sizing on, I have it set to 500 bucks. It will not risk more than 500, and see it's 5 micros. Well, what if I want my stop in here? Actually 3 micros. There auto sizes, risking 471, and then the break of that, it'll be a market stop sell like that. Boom, and it'll automatically put those orders on when it gets there, and I can see the dollar amount or the R&R or the points. So if I put that there, I make 434 on those two, or if I put it here, it's 216. So that's super sweet. That sizing, you know, I could do just 100 bucks. Super sick. Oh man, it gave us hope here for a second and then it came back. All right, so now that it's bouncing, I really have to consider the fact that we have that initial balance breakout. But I think ES still isn't going to give me the CVD. It just doesn't look very clean. So I don't think I'm going to even consider that trade. Anyways, I'm in a trade right now, so I have to let my trade play out. Man, why did it have to tease me like that? And then my copy trader, you can see right here, which I'm not using at the moment. But this I can set in all these risk parameters and stuff, so auto locks my accounts, and you know, it auto liquidates when it's funded, things like that. Oh, I didn't realize you couldn't see the size on thing. So here's what the size thing looks like. If we go back to MGC, I didn't realize it was cutting it off. So you can change the sizing. 500 bucks. It'll auto size to risk up to 500 bucks. So it'll change it, the lot size, as you change. Oh, it's still cutting it off. There we go. And then you can close 50% of the position just at the click of that button, which I love. Well, it looks like we're about to get stopped out, guys. Let's put it back on my trade. That's not fun. It gave me hope for 1 second. Look at the 30-minute chart. Okay, so on the 30-minute, we did tag. Oh, we didn't even tag the level yet. So if I took this with the 30-minute trade, that's the next thing I'm going to test here. So I'm going to watch these 30-minute candles and see if it sets up for the 30-minute short. I call it the way. And so that's how I actually normally trade these fib extensions. And that's why this trade was more the RSI divergence, right? So if we tap these fib extensions and then close back below, that's how I would normally take that trade. And so I was kind of front running the levels by taking the short lower. Well, I was taking it more with the initial balance high. So if you see on trading view, we haven't actually tapped that fib level, which is right here at 70.38. So I've kind of front running it, but the idea was still there. We had kind of waked up towards it and come back down and targeting back down to VWAP, which has grinded up quite a bit now from when I put this trade on. So yeah, market remains bullish. And the other fib levels up here at 70.51. So sweeping either of those, closing back down below the 30 is my normal way I trade that personally. I don't have as much data on it though for the past month and a half. I only have 10 trades in it in the past month and a half. Well, they're not even all on that, but of the similar strategy. Yeah, so I on mine's affordable indicators. I had just put that link in there for the copy trader, but to be honest, I just started using the Tradovate built-in copy trader because I just can't have, like, sometimes I make more mistakes on it because it's more complicated. I forget to set something, I forget to do something, so I actually just switched to using the Tradovate one because I just can't afford to make those types of mistakes. So, but it's very expensive too. I paid top price for these. That's the funny thing. It's called affordable indicators, but they're not very affordable. I mean, that's such a big wick, really. I mean, for ES here, let's see. On the 15-minute, where was that initial bounce breakout right there? Yeah, so we wouldn't have been stopped out yet on the long. All right, it looks like it's gonna tag us. I'm gonna lose my motivation. I know it. But I'm still allowed to take another trade. Let's look at gold. Yeah, I mean, gold made that that nice candle. We'll look at the 4-hour. Nice 4-hour wick. Yeah, just like that. Look, wick down, go back up into the range. Yeah, I don't really feel too convinced on gold. I'd rather the breakout above or below. I mean, if I had to take that anything right now, I guess I would have to take the long, looking at that hourly and that 30-minute. So yeah, I could take the flip of this previous candle, but that's like if I had to take a trade, and that's not the vibe really. I could wait for a pullback, but yeah, I'm not gonna take it. It's like at that point, it's like reaching. I feel like. At least my energy is that. Even if it was a good trade, that's where I'm coming from, so I'm not gonna take it. Yeah, not gonna take it. And we're still not stopped out, and we flipped red on this 15-minute. Okay, I feel like I need to go run around in circles or roll on the floor or something. How are you feeling? Still locked in, still focused? Lunamon messaged me that. I read it out loud. So I don't feel like after this trade, I don't think I'm going to take another trade because of that reason. But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to manage this trade differently. I'm not going to close it for another trade. So I'm going to take this one win or loss. Am I going to take another trade after it? Like I said, gold, I would want the breakout to the downside, and I would take that. I would take the gold breakout short. Okay, would I take something else? I would take the long above. Okay, so not this long that I was just looking at. Oops, delete that. I would take the breakout long up here as a trade idea number 2, or the short below. And it's partly because those are my planned trade ideas, and because they wouldn't take too much mental capital. The trade idea is the trade, and it's gold. It's a straightforward strategy. So that's how I feel. But MNQ and ES, I mean, a really good 30-minute wick above and close below, I would maybe take that as a second trade. The initial balance long, I already kind of missed it. So I don't think I take the initial balance long. And ES CVD is still going down. Wait, how do I show it? Right here. So yeah, I think my consensus is that, yeah, so no longs. It's really about which trade it is. Yeah. And as long as I stay focused on that, I think I'm locked in enough here. Yeah, most likely it would be the short, because this breakout long, I'll probably be done by then. But I still have time here. I still have time anyways. We're in this trade still. So I'm going to stay locked in, candle by candle. It still looks like a potential top here, which would be very convenient right below my stop loss. So if this trade has like a little hair of hope, I mean, I don't know if there's some other magic trick I can do to stop it from going up here. If it was a personal account with infinite money, I could just keep shorting, but I don't have that, unfortunately. So if anyone wants to help short this market down, please be my guest. But otherwise, I'm gonna have to let it wait. What is the drama? What up, Jar? Drama on the prop firm street? I don't even know. It's funny. I'm on the prop firm match stream and I still don't know the drama. People were saying stuff and then I didn't care, and I don't remember what that stuff was anymore. Guys, shout out Top 1 Futures though for giving me giveaway accounts. I'm thinking about wheeling and dealing for how I'm going to do the giveaways here on my personal stream, which we've kicked back up, being consistent, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we had a nice heater the past week, put in some good green days, and building up this new set of accounts, a Lucid set, and what's the other one? Tradeify accounts. Oh yeah, Zach's Apex violations. He's bad. Okay, Zach's bad. Let's look at NQ. I'm scared because, of course, NQ's been leading the charge here. Yeah. Look, div after div after div, and it don't matter. It don't care. Honey Badger don't care. NQ don't care. It could get tired eventually, but when we're bullish like this, you'll just keep getting divergences like that. That's just the nature of how it works. So this could reset a little bit and still end up higher. You know, RSI could go way down, but price doesn't really go down quite as much. Creates a divergence for the long, and boom. So I will take RSI divergences trying to catch trends like this. I used to, at least. I haven't done it that much anymore, but now I'm focused on those breakout trades, which, I mean, we had the clean breakout here of New York IB high, and we're just cruising. We're in our trend. So meanwhile, I'm fading it, trying to get this to come back down. Could just wait for the break back down into IB, but no, I have to short, and now I gotta take the heat. The long, it didn't give me the IB breakout long, and I had already found my nice short using my divergences, and ES being below initial balance was part of my confluence. It's pretty much a divergence trade at the fib levels, but it wasn't really following my fib extension strategy, which would be waiting for a 30-minute close back down below. So now NQ is almost tapping the second fib level. We still didn't get stopped out, but we're close to that stop out there. If NQ had hit that fib, most likely would have stopped me out, is my guess. I was like very close to getting stopped out, right? Very, very close. How close? 1 point, maybe? 1.5 points. TPT banned traders for bot trading and reinstated him after their system mistakenly flagged him. Oh yeah, I saw that. Luna, how was New York? Oh, how was the New York? I'm holding this one trade and I almost got stopped out, so I'm sad, but not really. It's all good. I think it was a good idea. I mean, it's just chopping now. It just looks so bullish. So, you know, shorting this is pretty crazy talk. And here I am, crazy talk. Wow, some big sellers up there on ES. Big net selling here. 441 minus 162 minus 244. Yeah, a lot of selling. NQ still holding strong. Stronger. Excuse me. I want to make a new playlist for the stream, but the music is just solid, so I'm not upset about it. Let's check out the Mag 7 real quick. Google red, Amazon red. Let's scan through. SPY, Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, ooh, Apple, ooh, Amazon, okay, kinda still, but putting in a green candle at the moment. Alphabet, Broadcom, and everything's holding pretty good. YM, so YM is looking a little weaker right now. Russell, trying to chop it around up here. ES, I don't want to talk about it. NQ, I don't want to talk about it. Gold, okay, I can see that support here. Looking at this like 30-minute chart, a little zoomed out, right? We can kind of see potential bounce there. I could see that long there. I could see taking that long. I could also see taking the short with a continuation breakout to the downside. So I'm probably going to avoid gold at the moment. Like I said, I want to wait for those other trades. Crude, chopping around here. Bitcoin, chopping around here. Maybe going to bar it down, huh? I hope not. For my family. And the Nikkei tick is at minus 100. FDAX is grinding up too. VIX at 18. Having a little recovery at the moment. ADD at 28. But I want to overlap this to the ES chart. I forget how to overlap. Oh, click compare right here. Compare. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it likes that. We're just holding the structure, stepping up, making a little retrace here, but it's hard to believe it, and we just keep bouncing. I could get out at break even. I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to follow my rules. I mean, I'm supposed to allow my trade to... I'm supposed to follow my rules, but I'm supposed to let my trade play out. $30 likes, let's go. I think we can get 20 more. And anyways, if we don't get the giveaway today, we'll still run all the giveaways I have for the month by the end of the month. And if you check in every day, check in the form, you get an extra entry every day, right? Only once per day. So I do want to be ready to cover this position if we get the move down. It could happen quick, so I want to be ready to go. Guys, I'm ready to do some like yoga or something. Like I feel I've been standing up. Time to get a massage. Yeah, this div up here was a little bit nicer, right? It would have already paid. Look, 5 points right here. So these upper divs would have already paid, which we did get on the 5-minute chart. Yo, what's up, JD? Nice, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, and in particular in London. Like my New York and London, it's like completely different. What about the one? So, okay, so if you hit the exit. Did it tag you in? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. And that was on day 5 in a fund it? Oh man. Oh man. That's rough. Dang, I'm sorry. Yeah, that sucks. Oh no. Dude, I accidentally just closed my position. That's hilarious. I jumped back in. I was viewing the button, so the exit, you can actually change it. So I don't know if you know this. When you do a drop down on it, you can change it to do different things. So you can have it cancel, exit at market, and cancel all. Yeah. So mine says exit at market and cancel all. And I haven't particularly tested it or something right now that I can think of, but I have that same, I've done that multiple times. Yeah, where I leave orders on, it's happened to me so many times. All right, guys, sorry, I'm chatting in Discord with the homie. Alright, that's definitely good to know. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to be really careful with that because I just started using Tradovate because I always hated Tradovate, so I didn't want to. I haven't used it in so long, but now I'm using it to make sure my copy trader works. Alright guys, so I'm still holding my trade. I accidentally closed out because I was testing the settings on the close trade on Tradovate as like what we're talking about, and I accidentally hit close, but I just filled it back in, so the trade's still on. I just put it right back on. I lost an extra $6 or no, more than that. Dang it. What is it per side, in and out, or both sides? Like $24. That's kind of annoying. Lost $24 for flipping in and out. And so that's a clean bounce there at IB. If we go to the 15-minute to stay in the pocket here, we have a tap of that IB. Let's see, CVD is really coming down now on ES, so I have no break, I have no trade, no long on IB, and only looking for the short. It could come though after another test of this other fib. All right, hold on one second, let me mute. All right, I'm back. So I'm just holding it, guys. It teased me multiple times and then popped right back up. Yo, what up, Ripper? We got Sir Lunch a lot in the house. Let's go. What's up? And what props can we use code Luna? Man, that's like the best question. People might think you're my alt account. You can use code Luna at Lucid. You can use code Luna at Apex, Top 1 Futures, Tradeify. There's other ones that use it, but they don't give me the money, they keep it. But so these are the ones I'm repping right now. We got Top 1 Futures, Apex, Tradeify, Lucid. So right now I'm trading a stack of Lucid accounts and trying to pass these Lucid and Tradeify accounts. And then I'm also trading some Tradeify straight to fund it and some Top 1 Futures straight to fund it. This trade is going to make me suffer. It's still grinding up, and clean test of the New York IB high, and then right back up. So at least my stop is in a decent place where it's like whatever. At least I gave it a chance. And look, we had 3 pushes down since I got in the short. We had 3 big pushes, but they never put me back in profit. They just got close to break even and bounced. Yeah. Is what it is. Tis what it is. New TP will have to be that mid. VWAP is rising up. Tis what it is. I'm gonna mute for 1 second. All right. All right, we back. So yeah, this trade is going to take forever now. And how much time do we have here? I have until 2 technically, but I don't think I'll take another trade after this one. So I'm just gonna let this one play out. We'll probably close it up. Still getting that gold long. Actually, right now for real, getting that gold long. That looks nice. With that breakout right there, I like it. I like it. We'll see what it does. I'm not going to take it. Yo, what's up, Frick? Yeah, it's good to know. JD was talking about how the exit and market cancel button on Tradovate is only if you have a working order and another stop. Only the working order cancels, and it doesn't. The stop remains. So he didn't realize he had an order on and blew his funded account after. I think he was on day 6 of it. So super bummer. I know he was working really hard, stacking it. All right. We're just letting it ride out, guys. I don't know. Do we want to go over stats? I should just go over trades. My dogs are barking though. I'm standing up here on the standing desk. I could put my shoes on, I guess. But yeah, we're holding this one. We had a nice little win streak here yesterday. 3 trades yesterday and 5 trades the day before. So we had a 5-trade win streak, and then we just had 2 losers today. And of course, this trade is making me sweat, right? But we have another, yeah, we'll have a 3rd trade. So we'll see how this one works out. Of course, it has been trading close to my stop loss. And my data, I'm just gonna kind of look at it. So what do we see here? I'm looking for some sort of trend in anything. I mean, I can just go to my stats. Definitely New York's been better. The EBO has been solid. The divs have been less solid. I don't have very many stats on them though these past months. Mostly on the divs. Oops. I mean, sorry, mostly on the EBO. So EBO during New York has been money lately. So if I was really going to focus in, I guess that's why I haven't been taking very many of these trades like the one that I'm in right now, which is that fib extension short. Really looks like we're about to get stopped this time. We had another initial balance breakout long. Yeah, no one break. Oh man, I'm so sad I haven't gotten any of my stock trades in this past week. I had some really good ideas too, and also talking to you, hearing your ideas, and I didn't get any of them. Even that SMCI I didn't buy yesterday. So I need to lock in on those. And here we go, guys. We're getting even another div, and that's when we're in a trend. The divs are not, you don't want to fade the trend with the div. I did like those fib levels, but it is what it is here. We're going to take that L. Yeah, look at NQ. NQ is just way stronger. So the IB breakout trade is paying. We broke these fib levels. Nothing we can do. We can wait for a 30-minute to reverse back down. And that's the only possible trade we got. We're stopped out. We're done. That's the one. Done for. F's in the chat. No, I mean, it was a good trade when it came to my reasons for taking it and all of that. I was fading this huge move. It does suck to see the initial balance playing, but I just didn't have the confluences. I didn't have it on ES. I had it on NQ really strong. I did not have it on ES. So it would have, yeah, I could have seen that reversal too. And we could still get it. I'm going to watch the 30-minute, but I'm probably not going to take any more. I think I'm going to be done. So I have to add this in. And then it was also minus 161. So I took an extra bit on that because of I accidentally had closed and got back in or whatever. And that's times 5. But oh no, those aren't funded. So it's only 500 bucks in the funded account. Boom. All right, so only minus 500. I'm gonna add a screenshot of this painful trade. I mean, it reversed right at our spot. We could have gotten out at break even. Clean breakout too happening, but that's not for me. I know this type of move can totally destroy that strategy. It could still end up playing out. So waiting for a 30-minute sweep and close back down of both these levels. Oh, another thing about that setup, guys, I didn't actually get the sweep of the div. So that was more a failed auction but did NQ sweep it? NQ had swept it. So NQ had swept the div. I mean, sorry, the fib level. ES hadn't. So I'm going to put that in here in these notes. So ES still did have room up to those fibs. I could have been patient. So that idea was really more based on the failed auction. And the fibs were kind of confluence that we were close to the fibs. So that was a failed auction trade, which I don't take very often. Did we mark it that way? Yep, RSI divergence. IB range trade. We did get an IB breakout on that last candle as well, but CVD is down. So I might just take the red day and not add to it. I have a whole other set of accounts I didn't trade, but that's okay. I think that's probably the move. So how do we do on that giveaway? Dude, 1000% on the triple Qs, and the Apple calls are already up 100. Dang. Yeah, I'm sorry for myself that I missed it. Man. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to lock out, I guess. I still might keep my charts up, but I'm gonna call it. These markets are crazy. That breakout long from New York Open, that was a hot ticket. Tough market today. Who would have thought? Bullish. I bet a lot of people did. Not me. Look at that. Huge move. Still flying. So guys, 34 likes, that's pretty good. We didn't quite hit 50, and I'm gonna jump off. So everyone who filled out the form today got an extra entry, and we're gonna end it there. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Go touch some grass. I'm gonna get some food, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. I wanna rest up for tomorrow. So take it easy, everyone. Much love. Peace out. See ya. Peace.
Wrist locked tight, calculate before the strike. Initial balance draws a line, day turns to night. Divergence in the shadows, strength starts to hide. Engulf 2-bar reversal, momentum on my side. This is the code of Luna. Rushing the storm, no fear of the rumor. Base hit
get stacked like bricks in a wall. Discipline, a weapon, I rise, never fall. No trades, 5 minutes from the open flame. No chasing red folders, that's a losing game. V, Webby, Wap, whispers, volume speaks truth. Trail the runner slow, let the market show proof. Tokyo fades, London breaks, New York brings the fire. CBD confirmation, the levels take me higher. Journal in my hand, I don't gamble, I build. Every line in the log is a weapon I wield. This is the code of Luna. Just tight, face strong, trust in the future. Divergence speaks, and the market obeys. I move with the rhythm, Luna trade. Patience, discipline. Code, loop, the road of Luna. Patience, discipline. Code, loop, the road of Luna. Patience, discipline.